today we are covering the assignment of business ethics, governance, and risk for the exam of September 2024. Firstly, there is a note which says that this assignment is application based. You have to apply what you have learned in this subject into real life scenario. You will find most of the information through internet search and the remaining from your common sense. None of the questions or answer appear directly in the textbook chapters, but are based on the concept and content covered in the chapters or live sessions directly or indirectly. Which says that this assignment is based upon the subject which you learned in your textbook or also in the real life scenario, or the information mostly from the internet search, but the remaining is also from the common sense. So here is nothing like question or answer which directly appear in your textbooks, chapters based. So yeah, it is based upon their concepts which you read about or the content covered in your chapters or live sessions directly or indirectly. Okay. So firstly, we are moving to question number one, which says that business should respect and promote human rights. Prepare an executive summary in your own words to showcase how the company is delivering on the Principle 5 of the National Guidelines on Responsible Business Conduct (NGRBC) from the Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report 2022 to 2023 BRSR of a company of your choice. Choose any one listed company from the BSE NSE list of top 100 companies by market capitalization. You must mention the name of the selected company and include the web link to its BRSR. You may also refer to the company website or its sustainability report for additional information on this principle and its indicators, but do not copy paste. Okay, so the question says that it is a very accurate thing that the business always should respect or promote human rights. So, on this thing, you have to prepare an executive summary in your own words to showcase that the company is delivering the five principles for the principal guidelines on responsible business conduct from their responsibility of business or sustainability report of a company of your choice. So you have to select any one company from the list of top 100 companies of BSE NSE by their market capitalization, and you have to mention your selected company or also include their web link to BRSR. BRSR, you know, the Business Responsibility Sustainability Report. And if you want, so you also mention the company website or its sustainability report for additional information on their principle and the indicators. But do not copy paste the exact same. So answer says that here is the answer. Firstly, for any answer, you have to write down the introduction part. So in the introduction part, so here we take TCS, Tata Consultancy Service of the Tata Group's flagship company, is a global leader in IT service. As I think everyone knows that in IT service, the Tata Consultancy Services or Tata Group is globally leader for the IT service, which is consulting or business solutions. So TCS has been renowned for its robust corporate governance and their ethical business practices and their commitment to sustainability development. As stated in the Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report for their fiscal year 2023, TCS upholds the principle of the NGRBC, especially Principle 5, which stress the importance of respecting and promoting human rights. So here we take the company, Tata Group's flagship company, which cover in IT services, which consulting or business solution. And TCS is renowned for its corporate governance or the ethical business or the commitment for sustainability development. So here we are stated their principle 5, which stress the importance of respecting or promoting human rights. So here are the concept and the application related to this company. So here the first is ethical framework and policy implementation. What are their ethical framework or their policy implementation on the company for sustainability or the responsibilities for the human rights? So here we are. The TCS Respect for Human Rights is based on wide-reaching ethical framework that encompasses a well-defined code of conduct. So TCS is basically respect for the human rights, which is based on wide-reaching ethical framework, also encompasses their code of conduct also for human rights. This code anchors the corporate culture of TCS by emphasizing human dignity as well as fairness and equity. So it is also focused on the human dignity as well as their equity or fairness. The company's policy strictly forbids any form of discrimination based on gender, race, ethnic background, religion, or disability, among others. It says that this company is like prohibits this discrimination, which is between their gender, male or female, race, ethnic background, religion, or their disability. Moreover, TCS is strengthened against child labor, forced labor, or exploitation in its operations and supply chain. Like TCS is also prohibits this child labor, forced labor, or exploitation in their operations or the supply chain. And to ensure that the policies are implemented or not, this company also established their strong governance structure. Once the structure is dedicated committee consisting also of senior leadership that oversee compliance to enforce human rights, consideration into decision making process at the firm. It also training program for their employee. It is also have such training programs for employees which aim for enhancing their awareness about TCS ethical standards. So, this company also is starting or doing the programs, training programs for their employees where they learn the ethical standards for of TCS, their company. Second is creating an inclusive and safe workplace. Safety is paramount in creating an enabling working environment where everyone feels safe and included at all times. It is the obvious thing wherever you work, you want firstly safety and the environment where you work in. So these companies also create a work environment where everyone feels safe or including all their times. Tight occupational safety measures like regular security checks as well as other emergency preparedness training have been put into place by TCS. Workplace harassment prevention training has been introduced to enhance awareness. Okay, so this company also gives training for their workers to introduce the enhanced work awareness among their employees for their respective roles or entitlements. This corporation also promotes the diversity within their workforce or believe that it creates a creative atmosphere within the innovations also. This TCS also initiate the number of support underrepresented groups including women, individuals or with disabilities as well as LGBTQ. Oh, it is also mentioned one example. Okay, so we read about it. This firm has customized programs for women's career progression. Okay, such as leadership training and mentoring opportunities. Okay, so this company also customized some programs for women for their career progression, and these programs can be of topic about leadership training or mentoring opportunities. Moreover, it is also accessibility to more facilities for disabled employees provided by TCS alongside the required accommodation. So we have learned from this point is that this TCS all like they gave training to everyone like LGBTQ plus to disabled to women to everyone, every individual in the company who works. Third point says that employee well-being and professional development. It this company values employee wellness because it contributes greatly to overall productivity and satisfaction of every company needs employees. And every company also wants that the goals have to be achieved. And if you want, and if any company want that their goal is going to be achieved, so it has to also give the value to the to each and every employee, that they gave their 100% efficiency for their work to do, so they achieve their goals. So TCS value their every employee because it obviously contribute overall productivity or satisfaction. There are also mental health support. Okay, so it also have such programs like mental health support, like counseling or stress management classes, because IT industry is always in high pressure. So there is something like stress management, like if any employee having more stress, or so there are some sessions from TCS. This company offers healthy living initiatives like checkups or workers' fitness. Okay, move on. This has been achieved through flexible work arrangements, including remote working options. Okay, so this company also gave the employee um, options, which include remote working option or flexible hours, which have been very instrumental, especially after COVID-19 pandemic, helping employees to effectively manage their professional lives along with their personal responsibilities. So it's also focused upon their employees' personal responsibilities, that their professional life does not disturb their personal responsibility. Okay. Fourth point says that transparency and grievance mechanism. For the purpose of respecting human rights, having efficient mechanism for seeking redress is essential. Redress is essential. The firm also creates several ways where the employees or the other parties can make complaints, including a confidential hotline for whistleblowing. What is whistleblowing? Can you anyone like? Okay, so I'm going to told me about this. Okay, so whistleblowing is what if there is a person, if he says that, if he sees that there is something is wrong in this company, or something is doing very wrong in this company, like it is not have to be done, so he blow their whistle. Okay, it is started from the British company. So when it is blow their whistle, so it means that there's something wrong in this company, and then he complains to the CEO of the company or the head of the company, whoever is the head in the company. He tells this complaint to the head of the company. Okay, so this is whistleblower. This company is also ensure that the complaints are addressed very fairly or promptly. Okay, so it gives like regular updates on the state of issue raised and action taken to solve them. Okay, if there is anyone raised their problem, so instantly the actions will be taken and it is solved. This also brings their confidence among the staff or the stakeholders. So the fifth point is supply chain and partner engagement. TCS commitment to human right applies to its supply chain as well, or their business partners. It is not like their employees which is working in the company. It is also this company also includes supply chain workers or their business partners also. All these suppliers or the partners are expected by the company to keep high ethical standards just like itself. This TCS audits suppliers on regular basis as well, assessing them so that they observe these level of quality within their firms. Or moreover, capacity building initiatives by TCS helps enlighten suppliers on best practices regarding human rights, labor laws, and environmental responsibility. This supplier code of conduct that is applicable at TCS stipulates requirements pertaining to appropriate conduct, including respect for human rights, non-discrimination. Okay, so the code of conduct for the suppliers also states about respect for human rights, non-discrimination, and environmental responsibility, which ensures TCS hold that the supplier responsible, since any breach would break up the whole value chain, along which the company commits itself to protecting human rights. You have to write conclusion, which is very important in any exam. So TCS demonstrate a commitment for the human rights through comprehensive policies from their ethical framework to proactive engagement within their employees, suppliers, or the communities. By embracing Principle 5 of NGRBC in promoting safety at workplace, irrespective of gender differences, nurturing employees' well-being, extending their values throughout our supply chain towards our CSR, corporate social responsibility activities, we believe this will provide us more inclusive workforce because this action taken by TCS indicate their respect for the human right, not only amount to an ethical and legal requirement, but also priority. If anyone sees that this company is doing everything, like social responsibility to corporate responsibility to human rights, everything, ethical framework, they see proactive engagement within their employees, suppliers, or communities, like everything. So if any person sees that company to do, it obviously builds their trust. So TCS also has thus embedded these principles into their corporate culture or their operation to not only protect the right of their employees or stakeholders, but also setting one example for the responsible behavior across every IT service industry. And it is also refer to the section titles. TCS is responsibility and sustainability report 2022 to 2023 Nifty Index. Okay. Shifted towards question number two, which says that go through the management discussion and analysis section in the annual report fiscal year 22-23 for the company section in question one and prepare the analytical write-up in your own words on all the risks identified by the company and the management strategy deployed to manage each of those risks. Conclude with your learnings or insights about risk management in this company. You may need to look at other sections covering risk in the integrated report or annual report of the company. Please mention the name of the company and include the web link to its annual report. Do not copy paste. Okay. So now we have to go through the management discussion and the analysis section. Um, I prepare an analytical write-up in our own words on all the risks identified by the company or the management strategy action deployed to manage all the. So here the answer is TCS. We take this company here also. TCS, the global IT service, which consulting or business solution leader, a comprehensive approach to risk management. In this management discussion and analysis section, there are different risks highlighted that TCS faces as well as strategies to mitigate them. Um, so what the risk or mitigation strategies that TCS identify? Firstly is economic and geopolitical risk. Second is technological risk. Third is cybersecurity risk. Fourth is regulatory and compliance risk. Fifth is talent acquisition and retention risk. Sixth is operational risk, financial risk to reputation, summary, and etc. Okay, so first, economic and geopolitical risks. TCS due to their not due to their globalization, like a whole globalization. Due to the globalization, TCS can be affected by economic crisis or the geopolitical tensions. This organization underlines that the economic instability in major markets or the world conflicts may affect customer spending on technology. Consequently, through diversification of clientele across geographics and the industries, the firm intends to limit such dangers. So, by so doing, it will be cushioned against impacts or changes in particular region companies leading political disturbance here. Okay, what the first point says that due to its globalization, TCS is affected by geopolitical tensions or their economic crisis. Okay, so economic instability is the major effect to this company as their markets or their conflicts or the other world conflicts. It affects their customer spending on technology. Um, by so doing, it will cushion against impact of changes in a particular region, economy, as well as political disturbances. Further still, this IT giant conduct regular worldwide monitoring and adapted corporate tactics accordingly. Second is technological risk. As you know, innovation change every day, every time. Extremely fast paced. The company is always as if it were with new technologies today. Like I think technologies changes every day. So we have to go through with the same. Like we have to adapt the all new technology which will come because it is considered in IT service. This company teaches so it have to adapt the new technological changes. So it also have to emerge technologies like AI, blockchain, or quantum computing, for example, to manage these technologies. TCS finance heavily in research and development activities. These innovation labs provide innovative ideas where they search various partnerships with all the universities all over India and enhance the learning process at TCS by fostering dynamism like changes within the company's culture. Moreover, it built their cutting edge solutions ahead of time, thus getting itself prepared better for meeting future demands. Fully aware now, it has to be aware like what the new technology will become, what we have to learn, what we have to adapt it because it is very dynamically changes environment in IT service nowadays. So yeah, third is cybersecurity risk as it is IT service provider, TCS, Tata Consultancy Service, is highly vulnerable to cybersecurity vulnerabilities, which include data breaches and cyber attacks will be claimed. So it has to be aware of that, the same. So it also have to safeguarding their data of their clients. TCS also plays a robust cybersecurity frame which encompasses modern day security features or monitoring continuously or rapid response capability, and by this it also conduct regular audits, adheres to worldwide safety standards. Next, regulatory and compliance risk. By operating in every different country, subject data consultancy service to various jurisdiction regulations or their rules on adherence, thereby rendering the company exposed to a minor of business risks as well as common hazards. Like the risk they have because it is operate in different companies, so in different companies there is different rules or the adherence which company has to be exposed by regulatory threat as well as hazards. So company encompasses data protection laws or employment act and their financial reporting. So to prevent it such risk, so TCS follow highly comprehensive compliance program which ensures to all relevant laws and regulations. This compliance team keep track of any changes happening within the jurisdiction legal landscape with demand amendment or updating of internal policies in accordance with law. Talent acquisition and retention risk in this industry where skilled labor is critical for success. Acquiring or retaining top talent is a challenge for TCS. So it seeks to manage this with competitive salary structure plus comprehensive learning scheme as well as career advancement plans, which are um, advancement plans will design every individual employee as per their requirements so that they can keep up with their new development ideas with their respective fields within the respective fields while working towards achieving both personal goals set by themselves together alongside their organizational objectives set forth by the management team at TCS. Operational risk. So operational risk which would be triggered by in many events such as natural disasters or epidemics or disrupt like COVID-19 came. So TCS also carried through going enterprise-wide business continuity planning and disaster recovery, and ensuring the smooth running of its work because failure provides 0% downtime allowed across affected areas during emergencies like pandemics to like other situations. So this company is very flexible in these things. It is adapted all these things, working arrangements, including work from home option they gave, and to ensure that the continue delivering services even when unforeseen circumstances occurs. So it is kind of futuristic. They seem like if there is coming like pandemic or any disaster, but they have their plans. If anything came, pandemic or disaster, they know how to deal it. So yeah, financial part. TCS is affected by financial hazards, which changes in foreign exchange rates, by interest rates or the credit risk. It too has to control the effect of currency fluctuation. It has to manage it. TCS also hedging strategies or maintain a strong balance sheet to manage their credit risk. Additionally, this company have their strategy to conserve within the aim of maintaining financial stability or resilience. Risk to reputation. Reputation is very, very, very important to, I think, every company. Like, reputation damage the organization. If reputation is going to be down, so I think the company is going to be finished. Reputational risk, which is reducing by making use of open communication channels. If there is transparency between every employee, so I think the reputation will be going on increase. So if you are reducing the open communication channels or so it is increasing the risk, but you have to maintaining ethical behavior while dealing with the customers or the suppliers, and highly focus on CSR. Beside that, TCS engage their stakeholder management, taking care of its client or as well as its employees or partners, among others. So it is summary. So we saw that five, I think six to seven things, which TCS takes take approach to its risk management, which include threats or the harm for the organization, but it know how to manage it. So that's a good one thing. Moreover, this innovation-based approach make the framework more effectively by promoting ethical issues as practices towards mitigating various type of risks faced within TCS, such as those environmental factors or competence-related ones. So other firms should learn from this. Yes, it's absolutely like TCS doing very well in their industry, in their company. Like, it's amazing. Focusing on proactive programs, enabling them to manage diverse home dynamic threats, even better than before nowadays, since every industry has got its own unique challenges to be. Yeah, that's absolutely. So here we give the reference also. Now we came to the third question, which says that Albert is a customer relation executive which came from the Southeast Asia third party manufacturing vendor. Will visit your head office to meet with the sales team. Okay. Your independent Southeast Asian agent requests that you reimburse the customer relation executive for his expenses, including personal expense that could violate your company's policies. This independent agent promises to reimburse you. So, Albert is a customer relation executive, firstly, which just came from Southeast Asia, third party manufacturing vendor, will visit your head office. Okay. Uh, this independent Southeast Asian agent requests that we have to reimburse the customer relation executive for his expense. Okay. Or we have to also include the personal expense that, but this kind of violating our company's policies. So the question says that explain the process you will follow to handle this situation. Okay. So what do we do in the current case study? Albert, which is third-party manufacturing vendor based in Southeast Asia, working as a customer relation executive, wants to meet sales team at head office. He incurs personal expenses, which the independent aid from an ethical and company perspective, this raises some concerns. So, firstly, with knowledge of company policy and company requirements, firstly, what we do is we going through our company's policies on expenses. for entities like themselves. Most enterprises have very stringent conditions for accepting some cost while rejecting others, especially personal expenditures that could be viewed as bribes or undue influence by others. It is important to observe this regulation for integrity purposes within the organization compliance with legal standards such as anti-bribery and anti-corruption laws. Secondly, we consult legal or compliance team, like it is we are doing how complex this respect, or what are the consequences it's possible, or what are the concerns with the legal department as well as those responsible for compliance in order to get their advice. Such professional are best place to explain it, because we have to consult with the legal or compliance team because they are the best one, where we are where they explain us to these policies violates or not and how the relevant these laws are. So they can also guide you like what need to done before making this compensation. Currently, we communicate with independent agent and vendor. Clear communication is between and external agents personnel involved in the whole process regarding the reimbursement policies, including no payment of personal bills under any circumstance. Whosoever, moreover, communication should also categorically state that documentation record keeping. It is very important that all the transactions related to this matter be documented properly. It is not like they want personal expenses like 50K and we pay 50K in cash and we does not write down this transaction. No, this is not going to be happen. We have to fully documented all these personal things or the professional things. Approval and reimbursement process. This expenditure has been verified and thus the same should go through proper channels as per company policies. Financial offices, line managers, executive, like it is going to be a big process. After this process, it must follow the firm standard operating procedure when it comes to carrying out expense compensation. Conclusion is this that in this situation, the company policies or the legal requirements is the very most thing for repaying any strategy. This will done through following laid down procedures, going through policies, talking to the lawyers or officers, or discussing frankly with the independent agent and vendor. Consequently, this step serves to be re-establish an ethical culture beside a complaint organization standing in terms of its reputation as well as legality. Third question, Deepa says that we need ethical managers more than ever today. Briefly explain the five most important values that help or guide a manager to take ethical decision according to you. The importance of ethical manager kept in mind that the ethical decision, it's not only we have to obey the laws or regulation, but we also have to fostering the organization integrity, trustworthiness, responsibility. If we're doing ethical in any company, the consumer which we saw us as a company, they build their trust. Managers who embed the core values and virtues can effectively deal with ethical dilemmas, thereby setting up good example for their teams. First came with integrity. Integrity is a base of ethical behavior which involves open, truthful, consistent in every action which is involved in decision making process. When it came to inconvenience, difficulty, the integrity is the one thing which resolved this. It is not they do not sacrifice their ideals for short term benefits while ensuring that the conduct is consistent within a company's code of ethics. Integrity create trust among stakeholders, employees, customers, investors, and of firms. Equity, like in every company, I think equity is the must thing. We have to do equality, treating people fairly in decision making process in every environment. The fairness must extend to other stakeholders like customers, suppliers. Like I think it encourage loyalty and respect. Some question like Empathy is having the ability to understand or share another person's feeling as well the concentrate about others. Moreover, these managers are better placed when considering customers, staff, or other stakeholders together. Empathy build a strong support system with the employees, which enhance their communication, making it easier to addressing it concerns over ethical issues. Accountability. Accountability also, include the responsibility. Accountability with responsibility is a very good thing. Like it's answerable for the decision. A good manager also accountability of his action, considering that the result came out in his decision taken. Also, like he takes decision with the responsibility. It also take their company's decision that it is okay that if he thinks, yeah, it correctly saw by everything by doing decision making. Um, when they're addressing an ethical issue before that coming very serious he is the responsible for company's mission values or it is also it like focus on well-being of their employees customer or the surrounding. Last one is brave. Brave came with courage. Like you have to courage by standing up with your beliefs or their rights. It may not to be popular or may bring about negative consequences, but ethical managers but but when you have know that it is a right thing, you have to stand up by yourself and you have to say it. Ethical managers, courageous everyone that you should not be get involved in any unethical practices or making hard choices by sticking to their principles. This virtue is very important when there are forces compelling an individual man to act unethically so as to maximize their profit. Like when they see that we are doing this, so we increasing our profit. No, you have to be in your principles. If you doesn't yeah you doesn't get up that profit, please just so decrease your profit but stick into your principles. That what ethical manager says. Courageous managers encourage others to behave ethically while maintaining organizational goals, values, or goals. In conclusion, we saw that the five virtues that we saw integrity, fairness, empathy, responsibility, and courage it is the backbone of their ethical leader. If we have these five, I think it will make good ethical decision as well, create a positive work environment or the culture which enhance the trust between stakeholders. In the present day, business environment where organization face numerous ethical challenges, but such managers plays an invaluable role. They move with honesty through complex situations that end up being inspirational, hence contributing towards long-term success. If we are having ethicality in our company, if we are making good decisions for our company, if we having positive environment in a company, so I think the company is going to be contribute towards their long-term goals, long-term success, and within the sustainability of the company. This is the rest for the assignment. Yeah, assignment is done. So, thank you so much.